Hello. What's cracking, big dogs? Welcome back to that channel. Welcome back to Q and Assault Saturday, where y'all assault me with any and all questions you may have for championship week. I got to tell you, I'm going to be moving a little bit slow today. I have done nothing but eat and drink for like the last 4 days straight, and it's taking a toll. It's taking a toll on my stomach. It's taking a toll on my brain. It's taking a toll on my body. I see it in my face. But that's what the holidays are all about, being a piece of shit and being allowed to be a piece of shit. Hence my mug today. But it's championship week. We must power through. I hope everybody's Christmas went swell, went better than mine. Hope y'all are feeling fantastic today. Welcome. What up, Brandon? What up, Jake? Yeah, good morning to everybody except the people that own Alvin Kamara, because you already won your fucking championship. Rude. Quick question. Congrats, Scott. Couldn't have asked that question better myself. I also slept last night for a long time, for the first time in a long time. Probably because my body's like, Nick, shut the fuck down before you continue to consume thousands of calories in food and alcohol. You need to stop. We need to put you to bed. So I'm like well rested, but I also just woke up like 40 minutes ago. So I haven't finished my coffee. I'm going to chug this shit right quick, though. Do you know how nasty it is chugging cold brew? Like, cold brew could taste good if you mix the right cocktail ingredients in there, but like on a normal basis, pound for pound, chug for chug, cold brew ain't it. Not for chugging. Oh, God. Whew. Lordy. All right. We're piling in. Everyone's yelling at me now. What's good, everybody? How we doing? Let me pull up my rankings and let's see where we are. How we doing? Let me pull you down. Let me pull you up. Okay. So we have first question to Jake Bittner. Fant or Goddard? Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Fant here. I think Fant's just been very involved. He's been healthy. He's been good. Their receiver core is a little banged up, and they're gonna be without Philip Lindsay. I think we see a little more pass heavy here. I think Justin Herbert's gonna light him up. So they'll have to battle back. I like what I've seen out of Fant the last few weeks. And I think he's going to be a nice. I think we could run bike the breakout pick next year, right? We were probably a year away this year, but he's looked good. I've liked what we've seen down the stretch. I'm going to go with Fant over Goddard. Ethan, morning, Nick. Hope your Christmas was magnificent. It's my first year watching you. I'm chasing my first ship this week. Thank you. Thank you, Ethan, for making me look semi-good. Big dog, it's a big dance time, man. No one knows it better. Ray. In half PPR, flex spot, Deontay versus the Colts or Jeff Wilson versus the Cards? Ooh, I like that question. So I'm confident in both of them producing at a pretty high level. I'm confident in Jeff Wilson getting into the end zone. I think Deontay probably has a little bit more upside, but he probably has the tougher matchup in the passing game. Though the Colts passing defense hasn't been as spry as of late. I actually think I'm going to roll with Jeff Wilson there without Mostert in the lineup. You drink coffee with a straw. All right, so this is like a two-pronged approach. Now, I don't always drink coffee with a straw. I usually almost never do. I usually don't have straws in my apartment, but I got them like last week, and I just have them, and I'm like, I need to get rid of them now, so I just drink them with everything. But like I just brushed my teeth, and I don't want like coffee just like fucking making my teeth black again. So I put those on, but that wasn't the real concern. The real concern was like I sleep with my windows open because my bedroom downstairs is like a whole room removed from any windows. There's no like outside windows in my bedroom. So and I need to sleep in cold weather. Like I need it to be cold in my bedroom. So I open up the windows from the living room, the downstairs living room where we like stream our any of the games that we stream with Fade the Public. I open that room. Thus, when I wake up in the morning, my bedroom's like nice and cold, but when I get into the living room, it's like legit like 22 degrees. I feel like my apartment is part of the Titanic and we just sank in like freezing cold water. So like for the next hour. And like I said, I woke up like 40 minutes ago. My entire apartment is freezing fucking cold right now. And that is cold brew. Thus, my fingers are like, I have no blood going to my fingers right now. So I don't really want to touch cold coffee right now. You hear what I'm saying, you bish? Whew. That was like way too long of an explanation for the question you just asked me. You drink coffee with a straw. I just like to put context behind things. So you guys can't fucking bully me, all right? Fuck off. Hey, Nick, I have AK, but finals is week 17 in my league. But should I start Jeff Wilson or Pollard at flex? What if Zeke sits out? Yeah, very, very unlikely that Zeke sits out. I think Zeke's going to play in this one and kind of ruin Pollard's chances at hitting any sort of ceiling. So I'm going to roll with Jeff Wilson there. Don't chug cold brew. Yeah, that's a lesson that you only need to learn once. Shadow cover breakdown. I did the shadow coverage in yesterday's video. So when I went through the rankings, the running back wide receiver rankings, to be honest, off the top of my head, I don't remember all the wide receivers that were getting shadowed. So if you go back to yesterday's rankings video, it'll be about halfway through, because as soon as I start the wide receiver portion of the video, I do the shadow coverage. There was only like 3 players supposed to get shadow coverage, I believe. We trusting Kittle today. Oh yeah, the games fucking kick off today, huh? What do we got? What do we got on the slate today? This, it's fucked up because like the fantasy championship is just smack in the middle of Christmas week and New Year's week, and like my head's not always on straight. So we got Bucks Lions in 2 hours. We got 49ers Cardinals 3 hours after that, and then Dolphins Raiders. Love that. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like I'm rolling Kittle, man. I'm gonna be rolling Kittle. I have Kelsey as the tight end 1. Darren Waller as the tight end 2, and then I'm gonna throw Kittle in there as the 3. He's been activated off the IR. He's gonna play. This dude, this guy's a fucking beast. Obviously, there's going to be the chance of re-injury, but I think as long as he's on the field, he's going to give it 198% because that's what George Kittle does. So unless he suffers a setback mid-game, I don't really expect him to be limited. If they're going to activate him in Week 16 when they're not playing for anything, I expect him to be able to roll it pretty high level. And for George Kittle, a pretty high level is pretty fucking high. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Kittle's up there. Unless you have like a real elite tight end, I'm not playing someone else over Kittle. Oh. Chris Godwin, Russell Gage, or Gio full PPR. Man, I'm hurting today. Jesus Christ. All right. Godwin, Gage, or Gio full PPR. Man, from what we saw last week, like the smart play would be Gio because it seems like they're back into trust mode with him. I think Gage is a little bit too much of a toss-up here. And I mean, Godwin's got the matchup, but do we trust Godwin in this spot? Listen, if it's my team, I actually think I'm going to roll with Godwin there. I mean, Brady's coming off a huge statistical game. They're playing against Detroit. They're going to be without Rojo again, so it's possible that you just let Brady kind of rip it again, give him a little bit of confidence going into the playoffs. So I would go Godwin over Gage, and it's so hard to trust Gio, man. Like, I know he's coming off that big touch game, but like that seems like the game that they had last week was the one positive game that they're going to have for like the remainder of the year, and I just don't trust him this week. So that being said, Kevin, I would personally go with Godwin there. Pull out the queso and salsa. We bring it home the chips, baby. I like that. I should have done more like play on words, but that's what you get out of me. Just zero effort for anything. Half PPR. Should I start Kittle and flex over Smith, Rashard Higgins, T.Y. Hilton, Russell Gage? Ooh, see, this is where things get a little tricky when you start talking about Kittle and the flex. I'm definitely playing Kittle over. Here's my take on Ito Smith is like I really don't want any part of Ito Smith because they say like Ito Smith is the starter there, but this is one of those situations where it's like he's the starter in the sense that he's going to be the first one on the field and probably get the first touch or the first drive, but they're going to go into a committee at some point during this game. I'm pretty sure we've literally never seen Ito Smith break off a play that's like longer than 7 yards. I don't know if Ito Smith has ever had like a 15-yard play in the NFL. There's just no chance I'm starting Ito Smith over like actual high-caliber fantasy players. The other names I do like there, Rashard Higgins, I actually really, really like against the Jets this week. T.Y. Hilton I do like as well, but there's a chance he has kind of a floor game against a really tough Pittsburgh pass rush, not giving Rivers enough time to kind of look downfield to T.Y. Hilton. It's going to be really close between Kittle and Rashard Higgins. That's kind of what I'll leave it at for you, Brandon. I think Rashard Higgins has a really, really nice floor, and I think Kittle gives you a really high ceiling because he's Georgie fucking Kittle. So I guess depending on your opponent, that's kind of the way I would look at it. If you need ceiling or if you need floor. Tannehill or Baker at QB standard scoring. Ooh, that's a good one. What do we got on? Let me check my QB ranks because those two got to be fucking dead heat. Yeah, I've got Tannehill as quarterback 10. I've got Baker as quarterback 11. So I don't know. I just can't sit Tannehill right now. Even though Baker's look fucking fantastic. They're going against the Jets, and I could imagine Chubb might end up with like 26 carries and Kareem Hunt probably like 15 touches. So there's a chance that Baker only gets like 22 throws, which could end up being wildly efficient because it is the Jets. But I would personally go with Tannehill because he gives you that ceiling that we saw last week. Alex, what's up, Nick? Happy holidays, championship game, as they all are, baby. It's week 16. Should I stick with Lamar or gamble Jalen Hurts? That's another one where they're, I think, back-to-back. Yeah, I have Lamar at QB3. I have Jalen Hurts at QB4, so they're the same person. I just actually have to rank them. If it's my team personally, I think I'm probably going to ride with Lamar Jackson there. He's just been really good, and he's like back to last year where his accuracy has been good enough to keep the drives going for the defense or for the offense, and he's running now more than ever, and he's looked really fucking good doing it. So I'm gonna keep rolling with Lamar Jackson because he's looked so damn good the last couple weeks. Dobbins, Gaskin, or Brandon Cooks full PPR? Yeah, Kevin, we're gonna go with Dobbins there. I think he's kind of taking over the backfield. Jeff, why are you so much lower on Ayuk than Mike and Noah? My buddy offered me Ayuk for Clyde, PPR Dynasty, but I can't say yes. I don't even know. Let me pull up my Dynasty rankings real quick and see what you're referring to. Oops. I fucking hate Fantasy Pros, right? There's such an opportunity in the fantasy space right now for someone to create a software for like rankings, for like customizability and aesthetics and being able to like embed them nicely elsewhere. Fantasy Pros is like good, it's good for like what you need to get done. But there's someone that can like specifically focus on rankings in fantasy football as like the niche and could become wildly popular as a software. Someone do that shit. Please. I'll let you sponsor my fucking videos. I'll be your hype man. Where the fuck were my Dynasty rankings? Where do they have them ranked? Fuck it. See, this is annoying. Like, I can't even pull up my rankings versus theirs. Okay, I think I found them. Why doesn't it have all three of ours? What in tarnation? Okay, this is absurd. I'm sorry for wasting your time. But we've got to answer Jeff's question. Okay, I can't seem to find what their rankings are. I have Ayuk down at... Where's Ayuk? Wait, what the fuck? These are not my rankings. These are not correct. No. See, this, I fucking hate Fantasy Pros, bro. Like, what rank? I don't have Ayuk down at wide receiver 62. That's just insanity. No, see, I've updated these many times. Let me get back to that one, Jeff, so we can keep going down for actually week 16 questions. Sorry. We'll save the Dynasty questions for the end. But I would assume that they moved Brandon Ayuk up as if George Kittle and Deebo. I'm a huge believer in Deebo Samuel. also. So Ayuk is not going to have the ceiling that he's had this year. He has proven that he's a very good fucking player and he can do it on an NFL field while other players are out, which is a good thing because some players don't perform, like the Calvin Ridleys I talked about in Fade the Public this week. Sometimes the top player goes out, Juju Smith, Antonio Brown, he leaves, and then he can't take the pressure of being the number one. Not the case with Calvin Ridley, not the case with Brandon Ayuk. You love to fucking check that off the list. Kamara already ruined the ship, but A-Rob or Ayuk, yeah, you just can't sit Ayuk at this point. Is there any way someone loses if they had Kamara? Yeah, if they end up scoring less points than their opponent, they would lose. Skirt. Yo, Merry Christmas. What did Santa bring y'all, Koenig? I just tell people not to get me gifts anymore. I fucking hate getting gifts. Makes me wildly uncomfortable. I like giving gifts. I don't like getting them, though. Hope you have a great Xmas. Antonio, my man. Half PPR. Kittle, Jeff Wilson, or Gibson for flex. I would take Jeff Wilson there. He's the one I'm most comfortable putting into my lineup. I think he has a wicked high floor, and I think he has double touchdown upside. Gibson's going to be an interesting case as well. Gibson, it looks like he's going to play 3 limited practices in a row. It kind of feels like they're forcing the hand on this one. I actually feel okay about Gibson. I think I threw him into. I'm going to update my rankings again later today, or actually right after this live stream. If we don't have time to update him later today, but Gibson will fall into line as the. See, I have Brandon Ayuk up at wide receiver 28 in Dynasty, and for some reason, when I look at the widget, it has it as wide receiver 60 fucking 2. So stupid. Or wide receiver 27. Okay. 26, whatever. What the fuck was I talking about? I told you all we're going to get a very mushy brain today from me. Gibson, I put up at, I want to say running back 22. Running back 22. So I really think he'll probably be limited, but I still think he's going to take 12-ish, 12 to 15 touches. I think they're just going to feed him until he dies on the field. I think 12 to 15 touches is realistic, and they're playing against the Panthers. So they're probably going to be without, actually, Alex Smith might play, but I would err on the side of him probably not playing. Either way, they're going to lead on their running backs. And Gibson's like a decently strong running back too, in my opinion. But I would play Jeff Wilson over him just because of the re-injury risk. If y'all are watching and you enjoy the video, always hit the thumbs up. Let the creator know that you appreciate the work that they put in, although I didn't put any fucking work in for this, so maybe y'all can hit the thumbs down button. I don't give a shit. Small glimmer of hope playing Kamara because I have Mahomes and Devontae. Need one PPR, Melvin Gordon, Mike Davis, Pollard, Gage, or Gio. Thoughts on who has the highest ceiling? So I would probably just straight up eliminate the last 3. Gio and Gage are going off of just complete recency bias. I don't think Gio really has a ceiling. Tony Pollard with Zeke back, I don't think he has that ceiling. And between Mike Davis and Melvin Gordon, Mike Davis just he's put up too many fucking stinkers. With C-Mac even out and going against Washington, so it's a tough matchup. I would definitely go Melvin Gordon here with Philip Lindsay being ruled out. I think he could end up forcing himself into a 90% opportunity share, Zach. Brady or Hurts? We're going Hurts there. Thomas, full PPR, must sit 1. Derrick Henry, yep, that's it. Sit Henry. No. Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, Allen Robinson, A.J. Brown, and Pollard. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, Thomas, and sit Pollard there. Trying to choose a running back 2, Pollard, Gio, Hines, Singletary, or Moss. I would really close between Pollard and Gio there. I would probably take Gio. Seriously worried about Metcalf this week. If you could pivot to a DJ Moore or Gaskin, would you consider? I'd consider, but I personally wouldn't do it. Not for Gaskin. Definitely not for Gaskin. I think for Moore, it would make a little bit of sense. Just because he's been red hot and he's really been operating as a 1 there. But, I'm not really about to sit Metcalf in the championship week. I know it's a tough matchup, but DK Metcalf's pretty motherfucking tough dude. Half PPR, pick 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Dobbins, Taylor, Gibson, Pollard, wide receivers, Godwin, Ayuk, DJ Moore, Lockett, and Deontay. Okay, so we need 2 running backs. We have Dobbins, Taylor. Yep, that's where we're going to end the list there. We're going to go Dobbins, Taylor, 2 wide receivers. Godwin, Ayuk, DJ Moore, Lockett, and Deontay. So we're definitely going to go with Ayuk as the 1. I want to say I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson as the 2. I feel good about that. And then for a flex, what have we got? Godwin, Lockett, Moore, Gibson, Pollard. All right, so we're going to eliminate Pollard. We are going to eliminate Lockett. I think I could safely eliminate Godwin. So it would be between DJ Moore, Antonio Gibson. Ooh, very close. Okay. DJ Moore and Antonio Gibson. Man, I kind of want to say Gibson here. I really think they're going to let him roll. Let's go with Gibson for right now. Sam, let's go with Gibson for right now. If you hear any reports, actually, I guess the game is today, right? They play today? Oh, no, they don't play today. Okay. If you hear reports that he's going to be limited or that something else happens where he just obviously randomly doesn't play, DJ Moore would be the next guy in line. I think they're in the same tier there. Full PPR, need 1 for flex. Too much outs. Deontay, JD Swift. Wait, what? Oh, Deontay Johnson, DeAndre Swift, Dobbins, or Gibson. Oh, so close. So close between those first 2. And Dobbins, too. Shit. Okay, so we have Dobbins against the Giants. We've got Swift against Tampa Bay. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to roll with Swift, man. I think we're going to get another big fucking game out of Swift here. I think this could be obviously a really tough matchup, but I think they're going to feed this man. Need 1 PPR. Jonnu, Hurst, Kmet. Oh, wait. Larry said, are we fading Antonio Gibson? Already touched on that. Didn't see him in the rankings. Yep, updated. Should I go with Robbie A., Gaskin, or Gibson for flex? I would play Gibson there. Need 1 PPR. Jonnu, Hurst, Kmet, or Higbee. Need the highest ceiling. So Jonnu. I don't know if Jonnu is the highest ceiling at all. I don't think he's really running too many routes. I don't trust Hayden Hurst with a ceiling play. You could look at Tyler Higbee's game last week, but again, that was against the Jets, so I'm not really too excited about it. Kmet's running routes on every single down, so I guess he probably has a decent floor, but I wouldn't say he really has a ceiling because he hasn't really fucking shown that. You know what? Back to your original fucking suggestion. Jonnu actually might have the highest ceiling, unfortunately. Close between Jonnu and Higbee for me. I feel like Higbee actually might have a little bit of a higher ceiling. Like Jonnu has a ceiling in the sense that he could break off 1 play, but I feel like overall gameplay, Higbee kind of provides a breakout game type of ceiling where like Jonnu, regardless, is going to get like 4 to 5 targets. He just needs to take one of them to the cribbo. All right, so A-Rob and Keenan are both questionable with hammy. Should I start Swift at flex just in case one of them is limited or sits? I mean, I would definitely think about it. I know Keenan's still probably going to be less than 100%. He'll be a lot more healthy than he was last week. I would consider playing Swift over one of them, but I'm probably not going to do it. I would diversify the revenue actually there. I would diversify the revenue on fucking wide receivers with hamstring injuries. What is the seriousness of Allen Robinson's? I feel like he's pretty good to go, no? Listen, questionable for week 16. Robinson missed Thursday's practice, returned to limited. Yeah, he's going to play. I would be fine with you sitting Keenan Allen there. I would keep Allen Robinson in there just because of the matchup. And then if it was me personally, I'd probably sit Keenan for DeAndre Swift just because I don't want to roll out a bunch of fucking hammyless wide receivers into my lineup chip week. Goodwin, Justin DeGuzman. Goodwin, I'm assuming you mean Godwin here. Goodwin or Beasley, full PPR. Oh, we were all aboard the fucking Beasley train last week. Where do I have these guys? I've definitely got, okay, I have Godwin up at 23, Beasley at 24, but that is for half PPR. Yeah, they're really, really, really close. They're right next to each other. I think I would still roll with Godwin there. Start to full PPR, Eckler, Sanders, Robinson, Jacobs, Swift. Yeah, I don't think Robinson is playing. I would go with the first 2, Eckler and Sanders. I wouldn't think too much about it. Koenig, half PPR. Do I play Pollard over Dobbins? Nope. What's the latest on Zeke? He's been limited. I believe he's going to play. Also have Beasley and Corey Davis. Yeah, I would play Dobbins over all those guys. Happy holidays, Nick. Happy holidays to you, Mr. Alexis. Half PPR. Need to start 2 wide receivers and a flex. A-Rob, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Woods, or Mike Evans. Yeah, so I would roll with... Ooh, that's fucking... Woo! I think A-Rob has to be in your lineup, given the matchup. I think Mike Evans kind of has to be in your lineup, too, given how hot he's been and also the matchup. So I'll go A-Rob, Mike Evans, and then A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift. So fucking close. I also don't think you could sit A.J. Brown at this point. I think I'm going to roll with those 3 wide receivers, A-Rob, A.J. Brown, Mike Evans. Lamar or Kyler going for that back to bike in Dynasty. Thanks for the help these past few years. Ooh, that's a great fucking tandem to have. I would play Lamar. Kyler isn't in your rankings. What you talking about? Kyler's in my rankings. I'm looking at him right now. He is quarterback 5. So it's Mahomes, Rodgers, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, Kyler, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill, Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Mr. Trubisky, Matt Ryan. Skirt. Fantasy Pro sometimes just takes forever to update, and starting Kyler and Hurts in my Superflex, any reason to start Mayfield over either of those? Nope. PPR, Dobbins, Connor, James Robinson. Why are we getting so many James Robinson questions? I feel like he's like almost definitely out, no? The Jaguars will start Mike Glennon at quarterback. Interesting. I have no interest in starting James Robinson right now. I would play Dobbins there, Zach. Last question. I think I know the answer because of rankings, but by asking anyway, PPR, Deontay, Connor, James Robinson, QT, Bernard, or Henderson. Yeah, it would be Deontay for me for sure. So I'm going against Kamara. Ooh, hate to see it. Am I being bold in starting Hurts over Murray, and do I flex Woods, Deontay, or Gaskins full PPR? Yeah, I would go with Deontay as the flex just because I think he offers the most upside here. Am I being bold starting Hurts over Murray? I mean, they're my 5-6, so like it's not really. I think they both offer like the same ceiling. I think Murray probably offers you a better floor, but like Hurts has the matchup. I think Hurts is like a pretty solid shoe-in for about 25 points. Am I crazy for wanting to start Gage over Juju? No. I think like Juju is benchable basically any week. I don't think you're crazy at all. Anyone hear anything other than sit James Robinson? Yeah, I mean, like, he didn't practice at all. Like, he's just going to go out there and run on a high ankle sprain. I just don't buy it. And if he does, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you're going to put James Robinson into your lineup, and then, like, 3 plays in, he's going to hobble off the field. Managed to make the championship without C-Mac. Need 1 PPR. Gibson, Wilson, or Godwin. Yeah, I still like Wilson, man. I still think Wilson's a rock solid play this week. Browns or Miami defense. There we go. We got a little defensive question action going. So I have Browns at 5. I have Miami at 6. I would play the Browns there. I would play everybody versus the Jets. I would play the Browns, Justin. Jake Bidner, Bears or Miami defense? Oh, that's without a doubt the Bears. Give me the Bears. Too much else. I also just want to say on behalf of all the peasants come out every Saturday to assault you. Appreciate the hard work and the genuine love year round, helping us bring home the bacon. Best in the biz, King. I love y'all. I really, really, really do, especially the ones that come and assault me on Saturdays. It's always a good time. I know I seem hectic and all over the place, and my brain's fucking moving in slow motion most of the time, but nowhere else I'd rather be. WPG. Full PPR. I need to start 2 running backs and a flex. So we have Swift, we have Jacobs, we have Gaskin, we have Pollard, and DJ Moore. Yeah, so I would play Swift and Jacobs, and I would play DJ Moore as the flex. Anthony Scott, full PPR. I got Gibson just in case, but should I consider putting in Mike Davis or Gio? Yeah, so I'm going to have Mike Davis ranked over Gibson straight up there. So I would probably play Mike Davis. Like I said, like I like Gibson this week. I think the fact that he continues to practice and you continue to hear good reports from Washington from him means that like I'm semi-confident. But, if you don't have to risk it, if you have the alternative, like a Mike Davis, who's a very strong running back too, that's probably where I'll end up going. So it's like, it's not black and white. Like, I don't automatically want to sit Gibson or auto start him or anything. But I still think there's like a tiebreaker to be had there. Also, half PPR, Landry, Hunt, or DJ Moore. Oh, you hit me with the hard ones. I'll go with Landry there. I will definitely go with Landry there. He has been really fucking good for fantasy. Incredible matchup this week. I'd imagine him getting like 10 targets, maybe 8 for 72 and a touchdown. That's what we're doing with Landry this week. Best thing you got for Christmas this year? Yeah, I didn't really get shit for Christmas. I don't like. I'm serious. Like, when people tell me, like, my family asks me, like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, please just don't. Like, don't waste your money on me. I don't want anything. Use it towards like your fucking kids' tuition savings or some shit. My mom got me like a power drill. If like we really want to get specific, she got me a power drill because I stole hers and she wants hers back. And she figured that was it. She thinks she couldn't just ask for it back. Like, I've had her power drill since I moved in here because I just be hanging shit up all the time. And she's like, oh, do you still need it? I'm just like, not really, but like maybe, I don't know, because I just order a lot of shit pretty often. So I start hanging shit up. And so she gave me a power drill and she was like, yeah, so I can have mine back. And I'm just like, you really just wasted all that money just so you could have your drill. Am I that big of a piece of shit that like I wouldn't just straight up give it bike to you? Come on now, mother. How crazy is Snacksman having Kamara and Eton get down? Yeah, he's still like pretending that he's gonna lose. Listen, we do the RJ like into the grave until you've got that W secured, until it's Tuesday morning, assuming no COVID games have pushed it to Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, Snacks is like pretending he already lost his game. He got 55 from Kamara and he's pretending he lost. He's like, but Justin Jefferson put up a fucking hammer. He was like fucking 9.5 points or 11 points. So Snacks won't be going crazy until he locks it up on Tuesday morning. Anthony, shoot better question. Full PPR, I need to fill my 2 running back spots. I got Gibson, Dobbins, Davis, and Gio. From what I've heard, you probably go Davis and Dobbins. I need to hear from the GOAT, though. Yes, personally, I would go Dobbins and Davis there. I would not fault you if you wanted to run Gibson out, though, because, again, the reports have been positive. He's one of the guys that got you there in the first place. But it's, I'd be remiss to tell you that it ain't a risky play. The matchup is great versus Carolina, and he could definitely sport out a couple big plays, even on limited touches, get a goal line carry or whatever, because he probably will get the goal line carries if they're there, which is not out of the realm of possibility. So, again, I don't hate Gibson, but if that was my lineup personally, I'd probably be going with Dobbins and Davis. I know we hate kickers here, but Young Ho Koo over under 9.5 fantasy points. I honestly have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I haven't tracked kickers in 3 years, and they're not in my league at all. I'll just say yes over, because doesn't he do that every week? Well, they are playing the Chiefs, so I don't know how many field goals they're really about to settle for. Congrats, Scott. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Congrats, Scott. Huge win for him. I really feel good for him. He gets to take the championship money and spend it on Max. It's just a nice feeling all around to know that I helped Scott win the championship by him just destroying me. And it's good to know. He's actually I had Kirk and Jared Cook yesterday. So I got 26 from Kirk, 10 from Jared Cook. But I was also projected, starting the matchup, I was projected to lose. I was projected to lose by 25, and now I'm only projected to lose by 12. So it's still very much congratulations to Scott. First year Dynasty and in the chip. There we go. Started Dynasty off your recommendation. Yeah, man. Everybody, this offseason when everyone's going to be fucking craving to get into Dynasty leagues. This fantasy football shit has really turned into a year-round sport lifestyle kind of tang. Had Kamara last night. You'd love to see it, but I lost Hunter Henry. Akins or Chargers backup. Donald, I don't even know how to say his last name. Parham. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with the Chargers backup because they don't have Henry and they don't have Virgil Green, and he's like a super athletic dude. So yeah, I like Henry's backup there, Martin or Zach Martin. Did you say you were going to put Week 17 rankings on Twitter? I use it for daily fantasy, and it's helped a ton. Yeah, I'm gonna put all weeks. I don't think any Week 17 shit is going to be like behind the Patreon paywall at all. Any rankings, the Q and Assault will probably go live to the public. Anything for Week 17 because it's probably such a small sample size that like literally only one person will be in here yelling at me. So yeah, that will be posted on Twitter. I'll probably make like a YouTube post, not a video about it, but like, you know how if you're going down your timeline, like you could actually just put like it's almost like you're putting out a tweet on your timeline. I'll probably tweet it. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put it on the fucking daily news, you know. All Week 17 shit will be free for all my peasants. Come one, come all. Whoa, what the fuck? What we doing here, homies? Dynasty offseason question. What happens to IR players? Are you able to keep on IR, and do they lose the destination and have to be moved on regular bench? I want to say they lose the IR designation, but that being said, the leagues that I play in, this is what happens. Like, rosters lock at the end of Week 16 or the end of the championship week, whenever it is for you, and there's no waiver wire moves to be made until the rookie draft. Like, you could still do trades and shit. You could still do trades, but like waiver wire pickups don't start until the rookie draft because the rookie draft has free agents in the draft. So like the 109 could be a veteran that was on the waiver wire or the waiver wire and was traded to a team. So now he's like way more desirable and you actually want him on your fucking team or whatever. So yeah, like basically I don't think they're going to make you move anyone off the IR, but if you wanted to make moves, which won't happen until the rookie draft, we also expand our roster spots by 4 right before the rookie draft. Like, you got to cut your roster down at one point during the offseason, or that's actually later on in the offseason, closer to the actual season starting. But we expand our roster by 4 spots because we have the taxi squad players. So, like, right before the rookie draft, we'll expand it by 4 spots. You'll get your players, and then it'll eventually be cut down 4 spots when you put your players back onto the taxi squad. If that makes sense. I feel like that was the most confusing and terrible fucking answer of all time. What's coming up from BDGE next? Good question, man. I've been plotting a lot about the offseason, and I'm still trying to figure it out because last year I like kind of just dipped after January and traveled for a month and was just trying to get my head right. But like now, I obviously can't do that. We are working on the app. Sorry, that's my fucking uncle. He was wasted on New Year's Eve. So you see, we got the app going on top. I don't know if y'all can see that. BDG app. It's not in stores or anything. It's on test flight though. Let me see. So we're working on that. It's finally like in real practical mode. So that will be the big focus this offseason. I'm excited to get that out. I have Tanny and Lamar, Chubb and Taylor, Brown and Johnson, and what the fuck? In flex playing against Kamara though. Brandon, is there a question in there? I don't mean to be like a fucking cunt, but I actually like don't know. I'm working backwards right now. I'm not in a good headspace, so I'm not sure if there was a question. There's just so many names and I couldn't do the math top of my head. What's the New Year's Eve plans? I'm actually having a party here. I'm having people over here. I invited enough people for it to be a party. I wanted to do a Friendsmas, but like people were gonna feel uncomfortable coming here and then going to see their families for like Christmas. So I just pushed it back, and I was like, I'm gonna have a New Year's Eve party. So I invited a lot of people, but like I still think there's a lot of people probably like very uncomfortable being around a lot of other people. But I figured like they're not going to see their families afterwards, so I'm gonna make everybody get tested before they come, and then afterwards, obviously, everybody can get tested again. Off-season Dynasty fan question: what's the likelihood Etienne or Harris fall to the Falcons in the early second next draft? I would be surprised if we don't take a running back in the draft this year. Like, I think we tried the approach where it's like the running back don't matter. Let us just fucking sign Todd Gurley, and clearly that didn't work. The bigger problem is Dirk Cutter. Like, Dirk Cutter's offense has never, ever, 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 ever been able to have a successful run game. Like, I've been saying this for the last 4 fucking years, and just nobody listens to me. Everyone's like, yeah, Todd Gurley, Todd Gurley, Todd Gurley. It's like, bruh. The Falcons' run game never works under Dirk Cutter, okay? So I think maybe they finally learned their lesson, but also maybe not. Like, I think it's a real possibility that we take a running back semi-early. So like, I think it would be cool. I would love Travis fucking Etienne. I think he's a little bit more, I don't want to say versatile because Harris is great in the passing game as well, but I think he's more of like an up-tempo kind of like run and gun, shoot and go style of running back, if that makes sense. Is that going to be available on Android? Yes, we are using, I believe, what it's called Flutter, where it's like you make the app and it works for both Android and iOS. So, yes, this will be available on all platforms. We plan to have, I'm not really sure like how we're going to roll it out because like we have the Dynasty rookie content in it. It's basically going to be the draft guide, but in app form, plus a lot more other like lifestyle shit involved in it. The rookie Dynasty stuff obviously needs to be out, live for you guys right after the NFL draft, but I don't think we're going to have all the lifestyle stuff part of the app ready. So we're probably going to do 2 different launches. We'll probably have the soft launch, which has the rookie Dynasty content within the app on either April 1st or May 1st. And then like the season long stuff and more encompassing stuff that's like really the app kind of coming into its own form June or July 1st. So we've got a couple soft launches coming. Will be available everywhere. I will keep y'all updated with the process of it. Whew. All right, y'all. What else we got? Anything else? Any other questions? And again, for those of y'all out there, like if you're in Dynasty leagues, these Q&A, Q&A questionnaires are going to turn into Dynasty offseason. I mean, like any offseason question you guys would have for us doesn't necessarily need to be Dynasty, but I'm going to bring Noah, I'm going to bring Mike onto these so that the Q&A, Q&A turns into like a more Dynasty offseason. So we will get rolling. We will continue to roll with these Saturday Q&As if you guys want to hang out with us during that, if you are a Patreon member. Patreon.com/BDGE will get you signed up. You'll get access to our Dynasty Leagues, which our goal, I think we started 115 last year, and now we have way more people interested in Dynasty this time around. So I want to start up like close to 250, 300 new Dynasty Leagues this offseason just through BDGE. So on Patreon, you'll obviously get access to Discord. You'll be able to sign up for our leagues. You'll be able to hop into the Q&As. You'll be able to get our Dynasty rankings, all that shit. Dynasty full PPR. Do you try to take more flyers on players, or is Alshon Jeffrey and Golden Tate worth keeping? Yeah, like I am very, very much opposed to like holding on to players like Alshon Jeffrey. I have no interest in those guys at all. I think you know pretty well like whether or not a guy's wasting a roster spot. Like just holding him for the fact that like one time he might give you like a wide receiver 2 game is not good enough for me. Do you know? So, I mean, I guess it depends on the level of flyers, but like, yeah, I think there's like, you know, what's another good strategy is having like 2 or 3 roster spots that you dedicate to a specific type of player, like really deep roster flyers. You know what I mean? Like guys who you really like their athleticism, but haven't gotten any play time or haven't gotten any like reports or whatever. You can have like one spot open for that. You can have a couple spots where you just like rotate a few guys, you know, weekly or monthly or something like that, where you're like, I want to take a dart throw on this guy and see what happens over the next month and then switch it to another guy the next week. I think that's an interesting strategy I've heard kind of used before. When does Animal brave the wild? That'll be definitely when the weather's warmer, so probably spring, summer. We usually do the punishment like semi-close to when the season starts. Probably because we're a little bit fucking lazy, and then we're like, oh, shit, we got to do the punishment for this year. Full PPR, Jonnu Smith or Dalton Schultz? I'll go Jonnu. Full PPR, need one for the flex. Kittle, Lev Bell, Lockett, John Brown. I will go with Lev Bell there. Are you still trying to recruit for that 1K Dynasty League? I have no idea what that is. I was not in a 1K Dynasty League, thus I was never recruiting for it. PPR, Gallman, Chark, Lazard. Ew, that is gross. PPR, pick one, Gallman, Chark, Lazard, or Edmonds. Just as gross. I will go with Gallman. Lazard is still playing limited snaps. Chark is now getting thrown to by Mike Glennon. Actually, he has Mike Glennon thrown to him, but Mike Glennon's favorite target was Colin Johnson. Colin Johnson's out for the game, but they are playing against the Bears, and I still don't want to play fucking DJ Chark, so I'll go Gallman there. Keenan Allen or Lev Bell? I will play... Fuck, Koenig. You're going to put me in a blender right before I was about to bounce out here? Give me the hardest question of the fucking day. A smart play is probably Lev Bell, but I feel like Keenan's probably a lot healthier this time around. I think I'm going to play Keenan there, Koenig. I think I'm going to play Keenan. Wow. So you guys don't ask questions for 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you fucking throw 50 at me. This is what an assault feels like. PPR, start Mark Andrews and Kittle, or one tight end and one of the following wide receivers, Crowder, Parker, Pittman. I don't hate Crowder over one of those tight ends at all. Yeah, you know what I would actually probably do, Thomas? I think I would play Kittle, and I would probably play Crowder. That's probably what I ended up doing. I know it hurts to sit Mark Andrews right now, but like as I said before, and Kittle's 3 in my rankings, Mark Andrews is 4 in my rankings, and that gap is probably even a tiny bit bigger. The fact that it's full PPR. So I think I feel a little bit more confident with Crowder over Mark Andrews. Sorry. I hope that doesn't fucking ruin your championship. So awesome. I was wondering if you would do that with the Q&A. Yep. So we'll continue the Q&As. I don't know if like we'll start right out of the rip, like right after week 17, we'll get into the Q&As, but it'll be, if not that week, like the week right after that. I want to keep y'all involved on Patreon. I know the last couple of years we just kind of like finished the season and then like shit just kind of slowed down here, but since Dynasty is so popular now, we play it a lot. I want to make sure that like we keep y'all engaged and we keep you guys fed with the fucking correct Dynasty information throughout the entirety of the offseason, as it's becoming more of a piece of our foundational content, especially over there on Bunk Bed Breakdowns. That is all I've got for you. The games will be kicking off in 1 hour's time. It is week 16. It is chip week. It is hardware week. It is belt week. It is ring week. It is trophy week. It's all the fucking weeks. Huge week. Everything we fucking worked for. Everything we've worked for started yesterday, but starts today. I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me for the 16th Q and Assault. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Head over to patreon.com/BDGE if you want to be involved in the next one and the next 50, whatever the fuck we got going on here for the rest of our lives. I love you. I'm out.